I lost my wife Tuesday. It's August 2023. It's fall, and it's gloomy and blue, and it is with a heavy heart that I'm writing this. My wife and I were together for 5 years, and we were the sole caregivers for my father, who has a history of lung cancer from 2018, metastasized into the brain, and had 3 craniotomies and 1 lobectomy to remove a quarter of his lung. She was 49 and I'm 39. Sorry for the backstory, but in the past he's had so much radiation treatment to his brain that he now requires someone with him 24/7 and needs help doing pretty much everything, including going to the restroom. This past Monday night, my father would not go to sleep. She was at the hospital with her daughter, who was having a second child. To help the new parents out, my wife brought their 6-year-old son to our house with her so he could sleep. My wife sacrificed her sleep to help me with my dad. The next morning, I could tell my wife was so tired. I told her to only drive to the hospital, which was 7 minutes from our house, where her daughter was still at with the newborn. I fell asleep with my dad on his bed, finally getting him asleep. And at 2:09, I ignored a call from my wife because I was helping my dad use the restroom. I'm not sure what was happening, but this is the estimated time she veered off the interstate going around 7 miles per hour and was ejected from her vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene of the accident. Her grandson, who she had with her, was fine, other than a headache, and I'm sure trauma he has to have. She was my life. My life has been full of addiction, disappointment, and shame, mostly by my choices. But she was sober with me. We both chose to sober shortly after meeting each other, and the best person I've ever met. We push each other to be better, and her family has told me that she was so much better in their eyes and that we were so good together. I'm writing here because I lost my best and only friend, my life partner. We had so many plans for the future. It was going to be great. I'm so lost. If you read this, thanks. Just had to tell someone. I miss my Nana.
I'm so sorry for your loss. You know you can get through this sober. Keep the routine of your household going. Do that for your Nia. You need to get another caregiver to help with your father as soon as possible. That is so important right now, so you can take your time to grieve. Please don't hesitate to ask for help and support from your friends and family. Nobody really knows what to say to a grieving spouse, so ask for their help when you need a break. Everything in life is so temporary. The feelings we have, who we share them with, homes, jobs, the good and bad times. It's hard to look back and sometimes it's harder to move on. But just remember, you won't feel like this forever.
Thank you so much for replying.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Know that she is still with you. In your heart and in the silence, you will hear her voice, always. As you move through life now, think about what life she should want for you. I'm sure she would want you to be safe, healthy, and happy. Try to hold on to and remember that. Good luck, Op. Big hug.
Thank you very much for your words. Helps more than you know.
Good night, sweet princess, and may flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. May you find comfort and solace in the memories that you've created together.
That's really sweet, thank you. I definitely do have great memories.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Being a caretaker is draining mentally and physically. She was trying to be everything for everyone. As a widow, I understand where you are, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Please stay sober during this time. She would want that for you.
She did so much for me. Too much. I will stay sober for her and myself. Thank you for your kind words. So much.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Live well for her. She's still around, you know. And remember to breathe.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to do my best. She would want me to. I know that.
I ended up breaking out an old journal my husband had given me and writing him letters. When he died, my heart was shattered. My whole world upended. It was horrible. I missed him so much. When the days were so dark that I knew I was about 3 seconds from losing my shit, I would break out that journal and write him a letter. They are heartbreaking and very dark. Therapy didn't help me. Antidepressants pissed me off because I wanted to be normal and not have to take drugs to get by. I did take them though. For a couple of years, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5, still pissed me off. Nothing helped me more than writing him letters, as if somewhere out there he could read them. I'm an atheist and don't believe he can, but I still wrote him. It kept my sanity and helped me tremendously. We should never have to say goodbye.
I keep holding this stuffed bear that I bought her this year and talking to her. I can hardly get words out, but it helps me a bit. Writing may help. Thanks for the suggestion.
As someone who also spent many years addicted, please be kind to yourself right now. Do not escape the negative feelings. Do not blunt them with alcohol or drugs. It is so tempting to do so, but it will only make things 10 times worse. I'm so very sorry for your loss. Please give yourself the time and space you need to grieve. Are there any hospital affiliated respite workers that can assist with your dad while you take a couple of days to sort yourself out? I'm so sorry, Opie. I understand heartbreak way too well, and I'm so sorry you are hurting this much.
You know, the only thought I had, I could almost feel her slapping me across the face. And I don't have thoughts of using. It's just hard. I'm not sure where to go. We had so many plans later.
1 second, 1 minute, every hour at a time. Don't rush it. Everyone seems to want you to miraculously be okay right after this happens. Set limits. If you feel as if you're being pushed to get over it, then you take a step back and not spend time with him. Come back here to vent if you need it. Just don't spend it with individuals who have a timeline. All my best to you, Opie.
Thank you for taking the time to write this. Thank you for taking the time to say this. Means a lot, kind stranger.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes words aren't enough. I came to suggest that if desired, call your father's doctor Monday. Tell him you need assistance. Ask for a home health evaluation. Not all the states are the same, but whoever comes out can tell you whatever assistance he may qualify for. Obviously, private assist may also be purchased. You didn't say you needed help, but I suspect you will. I'm a retired home healthcare nurse, and I know how difficult this can be. Again, deepest sympathies.
On Thursday, this past week, I did reach out to them for this. Thank you. I hope they'll help.
Many hugs. I didn't lose a spouse but lost my dad young and watched my mother cook. Please, please take time for yourself. Let yourself grieve. Someday someone is going to be super insensitive and say horrible things like, move on. You have my permission. Doesn't matter if it's in a year or 15 to tell them to F off. If you can find a grief group, that was super helpful for my mother. You are going to have lots of different emotions and they are all right. Guilt and anger go hand in hand. I would feel so angry at my father for riding a motorcycle and then so guilty for being angry. It's all right to feel these things. She knew how much you loved her and has already forgiven you for them. When you are ready, I think we all would love to read your favorite memory with her. On a horrible practical sense, when they ask you how many copies of a death certificate you need, overestimate. I think we needed 12. Many commiserating hugs, one breath at a time.
Definitely taking one breath at a time. I already completely understand the guilt and anger because I've been feeling them hand in hand too. Thank you for sharing your experiences as well. Helps more than you know. I have to say that I really appreciate how many strangers can say so many kind things. I never thought that I would even see one person say anything. I just have to tell someone in my situation because I have no one but my father, who doesn't understand much of anything anymore, unfortunately. You guys have lifted me up so much today. You have no idea. So many kind people. I'm sorry to those I haven't said thanks to, but I want to. Thank you so much.